morning. Probably the last garden video of the year, and I'm not exaggerating when I say these sunflowers are probably a good 4 feet taller than I am. And I'm about 5'5". Or at least I say I'm 5'5". I used to be 5'5". I think I've shrunk a little. Anyway, let me show you around what's going on. We've got Bear. She's hunting in the orchard right now. She's been finding lots of mice to get. It's a good dog. Still got a few apples in the orchard we have to get picked. You can see the height of those sunflowers in comparison to the corn. We have corn. We've been eating on the corn. I need to pick some more corn. This is our squash, and it's kind of hit and miss. I had to spray a bunch of diatomaceous earth on it the other day because I saw a squash bug. But let me see if I can find one. There's one. I kind of covered him up with diatomaceous earth. I don't know. Jury's still out on the squash. Yes, we'll see. There's another one over there. Quite a lot of crooknecks. We have a huge pile of them inside still. Cucumbers, I have a whole basket of those I pulled. And as you can see, there's a few more coming on them. Getting our zucchini forest kind of picked over finally. We knocked down some of them. It was getting a little tough to see. Next year, I don't know why we put these in the raised bed, but next year they're gonna go out and not be in a raised bed. Probably none of the things in this bed will be there. There are green peppers. Kind of waiting for some of those to get bigger. I need to stand that one plant back up. The wind has it tipped over. We've been picking off of those also. My herbs, the parsley's gone to seed. Got a pile of chamomile. And a pile of basil. A little bit of thyme. Planted way too many things in this bed. There is tomatoes, lettuce that's gone to seed, marigolds that are giant. They're 4 or 5 feet tall. There's carrots, but they're planted in the very middle, which was not the smartest idea. I apologize for my voice. I still haven't gotten it back after being sick. This is our little man. He's a little torso that is missing a hand that we found in here earlier when we were digging in the garden. So I set him at the bottom of this tomato plant. I kind of forgot about him. Anyway, it's just kind of funny. Just found him again. He might be a fixture. Every year we'll have a find where I put the little man contest. I don't know. These marigolds are amazing. I'm gonna have to save some seed from them, but I'm gonna have to remember they're giant and be patient for them next year. There's some more on the other side. It's a little hard to see, but this tomato plant right here is an Amish paste. And I accidentally broke it off when it was just a baby. And the leaves didn't die right away. So I didn't quite know what to do with it. It was my best seedling. So I dug a trench and I just buried the broken part of the stem in the trench, and this plant has really came on and done very well. I'm saving seeds out of it, in fact. I've got quite a lot of tomatoes off of it. So I guess I learned something there. Don't just give up on it. It acted like it wanted to live, and it has really went. Normally I'm extremely creeped out by spiders, but I've let this one, he just stays right here, and I've seen him catch so many grasshoppers. It's amazing. So he has earned his place as pest patrol this year in the tomato patch. He is creepy. I just stay away from him. He minds his own business. I mind mine. This is the remains of our cabbage and peas. They're pretty much done. There's a couple tiny cabbages left, but I'm not sure that they'll even be big enough to do anything with. This bed's full of volunteer dill. It had beets in it. It had beans. Beans are pretty well done. I'm leaving some of those to dry out so I can save seed from them. I've been saving lots and lots of dill seed. I'm actually not quite sure what I'm going to do with all of it. And here's some of the, we got some cayennes, Anaheim, some tomatoes, some tomatillos in there, some jalapenos. Still gonna get a few more of those off the plants this morning. And then we have this jungle. This is one plant. I believe it's a sun sugar. Anyway, it's unbelievable how many tomatoes we've gotten off of this thing. I'm actually starting to get it kind of trained against this panel. Next year, if we plant one of these, which we probably will, we're going to do something completely different. Anyway, it's smashing down some things. We've got some cayenne plants that are getting ready. My cilantro, which I've let go to seed, is underneath there. There's pepper plants underneath there. It's insane. And as usual, tomatillos, you have to plant 2 of them. And they produce and produce and produce. Got some more dill coming up back here. I've made a couple things of freezer or refrigerator pickles. I'm planning on making some more of those today to use up some of those cucumbers, and I'll use some of that dill. Got serranos. They're just not getting real big. I might just have to pick them here fairly soon. We're getting towards the end of our growing season. In fact, we're quite lucky it's been warm this long. We haven't had a major freeze. There's a cold front coming in today. That's why it's so smoky and windy. And that should hopefully clean some of this out of the air once it blows through, and then it's gonna cool off a little bit. I think the high tomorrow is like 60 or 64, something like that, with a low around 40. So I guess we'll see what becomes of that. We've been sharing these tomatoes to everyone around. There are so many. Every day is just like this. They are all over the place. The whole reason we ended up with this plant is when I was at Baumgar's in town. A man was standing beside me and he said, "Oh, they have the sun sugars. You have got to get these." He talked me into it. I'm glad I only got one. But I think they're going to be a staple for us now. I'm going to have to keep my eyes on that guy. Somehow zucchinis get giant before you even have any idea they're there. This pea plant's kind of funny. I need to get a bunch of peas off of it. It was one we accidentally pulled and it looked like it had really good roots, so we replanted it over here. And then I pulled it probably 3 or 4 more times, thinking it was a weed. Anyway, it's finally bearing fruit. Well, I'd say this is a pretty typical morning for what we've been getting. I need to come back and pick some basil leaves. I've got zucchini in the dehydrator at the moment and fridge pickles to make. And look at all of those bees over there. Wow. Anyway, late summer on the 44th parallel. Bear and I thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more from our area of the world.